Buff Army, 'tis the season to get a jelly belly. Let's face it, beach season is now over, and most guys are hibernating, going into their winter bulking phase, which is just an excuse to get fat. No, I don't recommend an all-out bulk where you allow yourself to get fat. To put it another way, if one of your friends describes you as being husky, chunky, bulky, or perhaps resembling some white dude in a red jumpsuit, you're done near fucked up. And winter bulking's bullshit! Explain Santa Claus! He's looking juicy as fuck these days! I mean, I distinctly remember the first time I tried to gain weight, I turned into a fat ass. There's a very sad image I remember in my head where I tried to walk up a flight of stairs and I was getting winded. That's some sad shit right there. It's only one flight. I think if you want to build lean muscle mass, which is the goal of a bulk, then you should build lean muscle mass. Here are the following tips not to bulk like a bitch. 1. Set up time frames and goals. You now have this winter season, maybe from October, November to April or May, a 6-month time period where you're going to try and gain size. That's cool. You got 6 months, you got 24 weeks. How many pounds do you approximately want to gain? What's your cutoff set point? In other words, if you gain too much weight, will you start to lose that weight? Because most guys won't quantify how much pounds they want to build. They'll just say, oh, I'm just going to chunk up. In a 6-month time period, gaining over 20 pounds is probably not a good idea. For 24 weeks, maybe more like 10 to 12 pounds maximum should be your goal. So quantify what your goal is. Alright, now that you got a goal, it's time to track your calories. Yes, you have to have some rough idea how many calories you should be consuming, and 2, how many calories you are consuming. Because remember, between now and the end of the year are all the bad holidays, especially in the West. You got Thanksgiving, Halloween, you got Christmas, New Year's, a whole bunch of excuses just to eat a lot of food. You should definitely, if you want to analyze where you're building muscle and quantify how much, you should figure out how many calories you're consuming. 3. Energy system work. You should keep cardio no matter what when you're bulking. It should be done year round. It will not inhibit your muscle growth. In other words, by doing cardiovascular work, running hill sprints, 400-meter sprints, maybe even just some medium intensity cardio on a treadmill will not inhibit your strength or muscle gains, provided that you do it a moderate amount. A couple times a week, 3 to 4 times, 10 to 20 minutes. Energy system work will take care of some of the excess calories that you no doubt will be consuming over the winter months. 4. It's all about total calories or weekly calories, as I've said before, than daily calories. I mean, as I said, there's big days coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, days that you're just gonna blow it up and eat a whole lot of food. You gotta take then your whole week into account when you eat that many calories. I mean, if you eat 10,000 calories on one day, you probably are going to have to reduce your calories for the rest of the week to have the same net total, the same average. Because if you eat 10,000 calories one day and then you just go back to your regular, meal plan of 3,000 calories, that's an additional 7,000 calories on your body. You do that a couple times, maybe even 3-4 times, and bam, you got an extra 6 to 8 pounds of fat. So make sure you don't only look at one day, think, oh, it's just Christmas, it's one day only. Make sure you look at the big picture. Next up, photos and measurements. Yeah, you're going to have to take photos when you're chunky because you actually have to hold yourself accountable. You can see yourself maybe in the mirror, like, oh, I'm kind of getting fat, but maybe if I pose this way, I don't look so bad. You got to take photos and you got to take measurements. Photos don't lie. Let the gut, don't suck in the gut. Take the photo, just straight up, front, side, back. Do it every 2 weeks. Do measurements. Quantify what's going on. Are my arms actually getting bigger? No, they're not. Is my belly getting bigger? Yes, it is. Well, maybe it's time to put down the fucking fork. Lastly, supplements. And these aren't the supplements that you normally see recommended. I'm talking about if you live somewhere in the northern hemisphere and you're not exposed to as much sunlight, I'd highly recommend some vitamin D3. Start with a small dose, 1,000 IU daily. I personally consume 10,000 IU in the winter months, and I would say definitely another thing to help with inflammation and just surviving through the winter months and making smarter choices would most definitely be some fish oil, right? 3 grams in total of EPA and DHA combined. Take these tips, use these tips, and you'll get a lot more results. You'll stay leaner, and let's face it, who wants to turn into a fat ass, for 8 months out of the year, only have to put in so much more work to try and get lean? Why not just try and stay lean year round? It's actually far simpler than you think. Guys, that is the video. My job is to help you become the best that you can be. Thanks as always for watching the video. Make sure to like, share with friends, and subscribe. I'll be seeing all you guys hunky, chunky, funky in the next video.